Lots of off-ice news to tell you about from the past few days. Biggest perhaps being that NHL Central Scouting has released its players to watch list for the 2023 NHL Draft, and the players have been given letter grades. Players given A ratings are projected to go in the first round. Players with B ratings either round 2 or 3, and C ratings would mean the rest of the draft. So 27 Q players in total. We won't go through all of them, but going through all the A's and B's, and then Maritime players who are given C's. Only one QA rated player, and that is Ethan Gauthier of the Sherbrooke Phoenix. The 17-year-old forward's off to a great start this year. Some B's to tell you about: 17-year-old forward of Halifax, Matthew Catafor; 18-year-old defenseman Matteo Mann from Chicoutimi; 17-year-old defenseman Etienne Morin from Moncton; 17-year-old forward Tyler Peddle of Drummondville; and 17-year-old defenseman Jordan Tourigny from the Shawinigan Cataracts. Those are your B-ranked players. Now, looking at the C-ranked players from the Maritime Division, and a nice, healthy contingent of Cape Breton Eagles there. A couple of forwards, Luke Patterson, Cam Squires, along with defenseman Xavier Daigle. All those players in their 17-year-old season. 18-year-old forward Joseph Henneberry of the Bathurst T10 is there, along with 18-year-old defenseman Ty Higgins, and 17-year-old defenseman Emile Perron, also from the T10. 17-year-old defenseman Dylan McKinnon of the Mooseheads is on the list, and also 17-year-old defenseman Anton Topolanicki from the Charlottetown Islanders. So those are your players from the Maritime Division that have been given C ratings. Trade to tell you about in the QMJHL: Marshall Lassard has been dealt from St. John to Baie-Comeau in exchange for a second-round pick in 2023. He split last season between Val-d'Or and St. John, where he would win the Memorial Cup. 21 points in 28 games for the former first-round pick in the QMJHL. Pair of suspensions to tell you about coming out of a staged fight from a Halifax Bathurst game on the weekend. 17-year-old forward Jake Todd, who's appeared in 6 games this year, and 19-year-old defenseman Riley Pitt, who's appeared in 10 games, were both given 2-game suspensions because of the staged fight. Jake Todd served the first game of his suspension last night. New CHL Top 10 is out for the week. The Winnipeg Ice holding the number 1 position. Quebec, number 2. Sherbrooke comes in at number 4. Halifax, number 10. And the honorable mention, the Gatineau Olympique. More suspensions to tell you about. Of course, you know about this one. William Shields given 1 game for a slew foot. The Eagles' 16-year-old rookie has 3 points in 8 games. Also, 18-year-old defenseman Alex Carr of the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies was given a 2-game suspension for checking to the head, which he'll serve this evening. 3 assists in 12 games for the 18-year-old blue liner. Q's team of the week is out, and there is a representative from the Victoriaville Teague there. Tommy Cormier, the 19-year-old forward, 8 points in 3 games. 19-year-old James Malatesta of the Quebec Remparts with 6 points in 3 games. And the player of the week is 18-year-old Halifax forward Jordan Dumais with 8 points in 3 games. The 2 defensemen of the week, 20-year-old blue liner Cale McCallum of the Val-d'Or Foreur, 6 points in 3 games. Tyson Hines of the Sherbrooke Phoenix had 5 points in 3 games. Goaltender of the week is Quebec's William Rousseau, record of 2-0, a save percentage of .965, and a goals against of 1 even. He had a shutout victory as well for the Ramparts this week.